Overwatch will be adding new heroes to the Stadium mode every single season. But who might they add next? Let's have a look. Overwatch 2 Stadium, the brand new upgrade-based way to play Overwatch 2, has been added to the game for just a few days now. And from what I gather, a lot of people seem to be enjoying it. Now, I'm saying a lot of people, but not everybody. See, for some people, the Armory, which is the place where you buy and assign all of your upgrades, looks a little daunting, a little complicated, harrowing. And for others, the chaotic and lengthy nature of this game mode is just not their cup of tea. And then there's those that cannot find any of their favorite heroes in this starting lineup for Stadium. I'm planning to help those in the first group with a lot of how-to videos, with a lot of tips. I got you covered. The second group, however, I can't help. They just have commitment issues. I'm kidding. But seriously, I can't help you. My therapist won't let me. And for the third group, I have some really good news. First off, with the mid-season update for Season 16, they're going to add Freya to that roster. The first new hero after release. Now, in case you don't play Freya, every next season the Overwatch team plans to add a few new heroes to this roster. Now you might ask, Deemzies, how much is a few? That is currently unknown. My guess would be 3 heroes every season. Preferably 1 in each role. That is the way I would do it. So who are they going to add in Season 17? I don't know, but I have an idea. If we take a look at all the heroes that they picked for this starting lineup, they seem to have a preference for the more stable heroes. Those that don't already have big balancing issues in the base game. I mean, yeah, the Junkrat Queen and Orisa have been on and off the buff and bandwagon for quite a while, but most of them have been very stable for the last few seasons. They also seem to prefer the heroes that do not lean too much into a certain playstyle, that have some diversity to them. Most of the non-DPS heroes actually have a dual playstyle. You have the tanks that can be both offensive and defensive, or the supports that can focus DPS or healing. And then you have someone like Mei, who is actually a pretty good off-tank in this game mode. Well, in any game mode. Just a lot of heroes that have different ways of approaching them. If you take heroes like Maga or Widowmaker, for instance, you don't have that type of duality. Third, they try to pick a nice and diverse roster, so you get a taste of everything that is Overwatch, even if they didn't add the specific hero within a certain flavor that you play. Now, look, this whole analysis isn't 100% bulletproof. There's always going to be those few exceptions, or heroes that were added just for one reason. But it does give us an idea where to look for future heroes, or at least the ones that they want to add more urgently. However, I want to warn you that this is just a prediction. I could be completely wrong. Blizzard does what Blizzard does. It could be that they just use a big dartboard to decide which hero they're going to add next. In other words, don't get your hopes up or start panicking just yet, alright? Okay. For my tank pick, I think they should add Sigma as the next tank hero. Sigma is one of the most underappreciated tank heroes, or heroes in general, in Overwatch. He's very versatile, and ironically enough, he's also very stable. Especially for someone that seems to be talking to phantoms or ghosts most of the time, or that is hearing weird melodies. He is pretty level-headed, trustworthy. He also has a huge control aspect to his kit, both with his rock and with his ultimate. And he can soak a ton of damage that he can repurpose to defend himself, which makes him lower maintenance for your support heroes, so yeah, he would be good. On top of that, his lore allows a lot of room to expand on the core kit, to make all kinds of weird adjustments. His whole black hole experimenting and the rock throwing thing, that is something you can work with. Let's imagine that they can split him up in 3 Sigmas, or that he gives armor to the whole team. How about him pulling a meteor out of space to smash on top of the enemy team? He could soar over our heads, raining down pain on the enemy team like a punitive god that got banned from every single shoe store on the planet Earth, the moon, and on Mars. Yeah, because he doesn't wear shoes. Okay, you got that joke. Fine. But Blizzard, just add him already. Second, in the support role, there are a few contenders in there, no pun intended. But the one that would make the most sense for me personally right now to see added to this game mode is Zenyatta. Again, because he is very trustworthy. He has that duality. He's stable, but he also brings something new to the table. He has that showstopper defensive ultimate. His Omnic nature allows him to grow arms, plenty of them. So let's see if he can put them to work in a more offensive nature, like his big brother does, Ramatra. Then with a lot of arms. Instead of that kick, oh yeah. He can spread his orbs among enemies and foes alike. And his ultimate can make him into a static beam of light that both damages and heals. So many options. I think I rest my case. So we're moving on to the DPS role, which was not as easy as the previous two. I had to do a lot of deliberating. So let me just reverse the process right now and eliminate those I do not want to say or that I don't think they're going to add. Like Tracer, for instance, I think she might have to wait. Nothing personal. I just think that a lot of other heroes that currently already are in Stadium are covering aspects of her job. We have a few other needs that need to be filled before Tracer joins. Widowmaker does kind of bring something unique, but I still think she will have to wait. Since that thing she brings is very singular. It's only one thing she does. Snipe. That's it. And I mean, yeah, that leaves a lot of room to add stuff to it, but the thing is, if you add stuff to Widowmaker, she's not Widowmaker anymore. It just kind of breaks the whole thing. So yeah, she'll have to wait. Hanzo is kind of in a similar spot, although Hanzo has more opportunities and kind of a little more leeway to kind of change things up. More arrows in his quiver, so to speak. And this time, it is pun intended. But yeah, I'm benching him for now. I'm also going to bench Sombra. I think they could do some amazing stuff with the kit, but the sheer panic it would cause if they would announce that Sombra is going to be added next? No, too soon. Everybody needs to get used to the mode first and kind of understand how it all works before they pull the Sombra card. Same goes for Bastion, by the way. Sorry, dude. Echo and Pharah, I think they're going to be outdone on the whole flying department by Freya. I mean, yeah, Freya is not necessarily a flying hero, but with some practice, she can be. And especially if you add some powers. Sojourn, on the other hand, is too close to Soldier. Even her name sounds very similar. Come to think of it. And Venture, on the other hand, is, I think, a little too exotic right now, although they could be an option. But that actually leaves me with 3 heroes: Junkrat, Torbjorn, and Symmetra. I'm just going to remove Torbjorn right now because that would be too easy a pick for someone with a beard like mine. Let's not go there, okay? It hurts my bearded heart, but no. Sorry, buddy. Symmetra could get some really nice powers around that whole hard light tech, so tempting. But I think we need something more explosive. So I'm going to go with Junkrat. Tinkering at his gear and his abilities is in his DNA. It's what helped his people survive out in the radiated outback for so many years. So I'm seeing triple wheels or traps that are electrified. Grenades that he throws that stick to walls and that will explode if you walk by too closely. Stuff like that. Could be funny. Yeah, I'm going to regret that pick so much when it ends up happening. But tell me, who do you want to see added to the Stadium roster? Let me know in the comments. For now, however, that was it. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. It always helps me out. I also want to thank my patrons and YouTube members. You too can become a member over on patreon.com/theomnicpost and right here on YouTube to unlock exclusive rewards. If you have a few minutes left, maybe check out one of my other videos. But above all, take care of yourself, take care of each other. Bye-bye.